Very good evening, friends. I'm Nalnakshi Swami, welcoming to my channel Smart Index Edge. I want to tell you something before. By creating my indicator rolling pivot, I used to run after so many things. I used to calculate the wicks. Based on the wicks, I used to calculate the levels. I used to collect the data, open interest and everything. And I used to download it to Excel sheet and I used to struggle a lot. After finding and creating my indicator, everything became magical. So now whether the market gaps up or gaps down, or even if it opens flat, I'm not worried at all. Intraday trading becomes easy. Even with the rolling pivot, my indicator, you can take a BTST trade with the guidance of that. When the levels are clear, my decisions are clear, why to worry? Rolling pivot removes confusion and gives confidence before the market even before it starts moving. Yes, friends. This was there were the days actually I was under confusion. So magically, one day it struck me to create the rolling pivot, which rolls along the price. That is a magical creator. Every step it guides me. So this is the indicator which I have plotted over here. Many of you people have accessed the indicator. If you are new to my channel and if you have not accessed my indicator, you can WhatsApp me on this number. It is a paid indicator. You can WhatsApp me to get details about that. This is my number 98452096000. See how it made. First step, you need to understand the concept of rolling pivot. If I apply let me hide this indicator and I'll apply regular classic pivot. Pivot points standard. I used to use this pivot points, or let me type it, standard pivot point standard. When I apply this, these lines will not be there at all. And confusion, because traders have been taught, even me has been taught, resistance is resistance. And support is support. And the pivot is forming somewhere else. Even if it forms the next day, pivot is forming somewhere else. And the pivots, they do not run along with that. Price moves from one level to the other, R1 to R2, but entry used to become very confusing. I was not able to trade properly. I know this is the problem of each and every trader, especially, sorry, especially if you are trading in options, if you are an option buyer, most of the retail traders go for option buying because of its nature of low capital and stop loss, and stop loss and whatever you may be losing will be minimum the amount you put into the option. Not like option writing, you need 1,50,000 or something, 1 lakh. And you will not be, if it goes against you, you will not be losing that much money. That has made the people, normal retailers, to get attracted to the option buying. See, let me remove this indicator and let me apply my creative indicator rolling pivot reversal magic. So you don't see the labels on that. Let me explain you. I am on the 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart. Why I am on the 1 minute chart? I will explain it to you. First, you must understand the settings of the rolling pivot. In this indicator, I've included a trend indicator and rolling pivots. These rolling pivots will have pivot, support, and resistance. S1, R1, and pivot. Even R2 and S2 are there, but I'm not using that. And I've coded for narrow range bars, and I've coded for big bar, and even time zones also I've coded. I've disabled all those things. Here the hack is GAN high-low period, that is the default setting 1321. I'm going to retain the same thing. I will change the time frame to first step is by default it comes 1 hour. You need to change it to 3 minutes. That is the only thing what I've done. And this rolling pivot is dynamic. It changes its color. When the trend changes, when the price moves above the pivot, it becomes green. Everything becomes green. And it transition from neutral to red to green, or red to neutral to green, green to neutral to red. It step by step with color, visually, it makes you comfortable. Psychologically, it makes you comfortable. Okay, the first step what I'm doing is manual setup. When it is hourly, I set it for 3 minutes and save its default, and I'm saying is as okay. So when I do that, I'm on the, see, when the market opens immediately, when the market opens, see, let me zoom it. After 1, 2, 3 minutes candle, I am on 1 minute candles, friends. So it is forming a box. This yellow is the pivot. It is, everything is green in 1 minute. Visually, you know that it is positive. Even on 1 minute, it is positive. What I do is put a line to the pivot and also line to the support and line to the resistance. Let me take out this one. It has come extra. So these are my lifeline for my intraday time frame. See, then next step, what you need to do and what I do for my trade is I stay calmly on the 15 minutes. Let me reset the chart and let me come back to you. Okay? When I reset the chart to 15 minutes, so this is the pivot. Let us make it as yellow because it was positive. It was positive in 1 minute And this is the first box for me because it is a gap up. Gap up, when it gaps up, always I used to have fear by seeing the big bar. Big bar, where to enter? So many times after the big bar, immediately a red candle will come. And what if I get stopped? What if, because the big bar is big bar, it is huge, range is huge. For example, if I measure the range of this bar, the first 15-minute candle bar is 151 points. Suppose if I want to enter into the call option, 151 points means it might have run up 75 rupees underlying. At the money call option or in the money call option might have run up to 75 to 80 points. So, where you will keep the stop loss? Stop loss becomes very huge. That fear will be there. What if? Because you have not seen anything future. The trade has to happen. Price has to move. Price has to roll. You do not know how it rolls. See, on hindsight, I'm sitting up and telling you people, this is the thing. But it is not possible. When nothing is there on the chart, when price has to form, it becomes a illusion for you. What if it will come? That used to be my always concern when I used to enter into the market. Now, this problem has been solved with the rolling pivot. What you need to do, you learn that you are going to go to the first step is to change the settings on the rolling pivot on manual setting 3 minutes instead of hourly default. And now you shift your time frame to 1 minute and locating the first box of the pivot R1 and S1, and I have marked the levels over here. Let me mark it as clean because it is positive. Let me mark it as, let me change the color to green. Everything is green. You know the pivot, you know the R1. So you are comfortably entering, taking the entry into the, once it crosses the R1, even if it comes inside and pops out, if it holds the pivot, you can take the position. So these are your, you can, if you enter, this is your stop loss. 21,131 and 23,205. Then your stop loss reduces. From 75 to 35 points, you can keep the stop loss. Stop loss you can reduce actually. I will show it to you on the underlying how comfortably you can make it entry. I am not going to enter randomly. I am going to enter with a structured base, strong foundation with a rolling pivot on 1 minute time frame. It runs across throughout the intraday. You can notice over here, the price has not retested this level at all. That means it is a very strong market. That is a very strong market. Market continued even to the last but 1 hour to the upside. But later, during the day, it started losing its. For that also, I found an hack. Actually, I've made video regarding the 65-minute 65-minute hacks time frame. So I divide the hours into, if I enable this is the first hour clearly, color coding, visually you know that. It is a second hour and it is third hour, fourth hour, fifth hour. So if you notice, you are getting one, this is the first box, for the count because I made this box with the help of 1 minute. Because we need to make the box because it has gapped up. There is no box at all. The box, it is away from the box. Then I need a box reference level when there is a huge gap up and then immediate levels I need to do. So I got this box. One, let me label it with the hourly. One, this is two. Sorry, it is going to two. Let me enable a drawing template. Then this is two, second hour. This is third hour. Why it is not? Okay, I have to pick up the text. Three, and then this is the fourth hour, and this is the fifth hour, and it is the sixth hour. So, traders, notice how many boxes I got? 1, 2, 3, because it is overlapping 4, 5, and 6. Because last you are getting a. So next is in the third hour, it coincides with the London session, London and European session. There I want to see whether the sellers are stepping or market is going to lose the balance. Sometimes it will lose after 12 p.m., 12 to 1:30. How many of you might have noticed that after 12:30, market starts coming down? Okay, now I mark the 3, 4 levels and let me find the on 15 minutes itself. Let me find, okay, 1 minute. Sorry. Let me find the candle, 12-15 minute candle. The next step, what I do, I press Alt on the computer or laptop and put a vertical line. Or you can pick up a vertical tool line and you can put that. Then immediately, same thing. I go back to the same thing, go back to 1 minute, 1 minute time frame. Let me take out 65-minute indicator. I'll show you. This is the box, 12-15. So I mark the one more line. Even in this, you see, what do you notice, friends? You notice it is positive. So I'm picking up green for the R1. I'm picking up yellow for the pivot. So I know that it is visually positive. This one is positive. Everything is positive. I got the levels for the afternoon session. This is an important hack. It is only possible with the rolling pivot. You can find the levels. It is very, very important because minute money will cost you so much. You will not lose. You will be entering properly into the market. Afternoon session. So let me change the time frame. Say, for example, I am late for the market. Afternoon session, I've got these levels. Let me zoom it. See, these are the levels I've got for the 1 minute time frame. I found it. I'm seeing some sort of exhaustion in the market. And I'm seeing exhaustion in the market, but it took time to come 12, 15 levels. Exactly. It is marking the R1, pivot, and the support. These lines are for my reference. It started losing its balance. You can see here it was not losing the balance, right? The market was not, when I am on the 15 minutes time frame, by seeing this red candle, I used to do mistake by pressing, going into the uh, trade, because usually sometimes this type of pattern is reported in the market. Even though market comes down, shows the weakness, it is the liquidity sweep. You can sweep, you can see the red candle. This is the area, this is the presence of the big player. He sweeps the liquidity. Who has been swept? These are the call writers, fresh call writers entering into the market. So their money stop loss has been swept, and they see the this type of candle, dozy candle. It's almost like a not exactly the gravestone dozy. You can see the wick at the top, and the price has been plummeted. In the live market, it would have been a solid green candle just piercing through the levels, and you get frightened. Definitely, you are short. By seeing this chart, I used to do this mistake. Now, everything has been erased. I don't take the trade only after the confirmation of this candle. Next candle, I should get a follow through. Here, I didn't get a follow through candle after a red candle. I'm not entering into that. I'll stop it. My levels are there. I stop it. I closely watch. And here you can see after the liquidity sweep, this is liquidity sweep, friends. This is the presence of a big player who can swallow all the stop losses. Who can swallow? The big money, big institution. Smart money can do only this type of action. We cannot swallow that much amount. We don't have that much amount of money to absorb that liquidity. So the liquidity, the stage has been created by the smart money, and it has been swept. This is the presence of every time when you see this, see, after a big red candle, you should see, that is a must. See, it is breaking below all this. This is a huge candle, but follow through is not there. Remember that. Always remember that. This is a lesson for you people. There is no follow through. You are not entering into it. Let the market do whatever it wants. So when there is no follow through and a liquidity sweep and the price is closing below this pivot and there is a follow through, you could have entered into the put option. Even during the last hour, this is the fifth hour. See, I have marked this as the fifth hour. Fifth hour, this candle is losing below the support of the support box on the 15 minutes. Actually, that it means it automatically gives auto 60 minutes. It is coded for 60 minutes balance. That means 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles makes the 1 hour, 15 minutes. So it has lost the balance, and I've got the reference point, and with the stop loss, I'm entering into it. This is the red candle appearing on that. No mistake. You are entering into it. So same thing. I'm going to show you what was the price. Okay, 23,447. Okay, let me go to the little bit in the money column, in the money put option or at the money put option. 23,400 means, let us go to 23,400. There is 500 put option already there. This is the put option, 23,500 put option. I've already marked the levels on my chart. See, so beautifully, correspondingly, again I'm going to do the same procedure at 12:15 candle. This is the 12:15 candle. I'm marking this with the vertical bar and shifting the time frame to 1 minute. Then I will get a box over there. Here, I'm going to get a box over there. This is the first box, 1, 2, 3. This is the box. So my reference levels are here. This is the pivot, resistance. This is the pivot. So we need to change the color, friends. Why? Because they are red. It is in downtrend. So let me change it to red. This one is also red. Let me pull down. This is the support is also red. This is the 1 minute pivot. This box. This box. Okay. Let me be on the 15 minutes unless. Can you see over here? Transition on this line at the support itself. See the hack. The pivot, it was the pivot here. Pivot has shifted down and you can see the support has become green. Okay, friends? You are seeing the color difference, visual confidence. So, with the red pivots, they were red at 12:15 pivot R1 and S1. Here, it is changing to yellow and green. All are turning into green. So, let us check even for the entry. Let us go to 5 minutes and check where precisely we could have entered here. We could have entered over here, even the trend flip and so this is your level at the support itself. At the support of this line, you are entering into it, or you can enter when this candle crosses the. So your stop loss, you need to be very careful. Sometimes it will come down, deep down. So you are entering by seeing this color. See the hack. So beautiful. You are entering around 315 or 17 because what was this? Support S1. It has turned this time period, it has turned positive. Positive, and these are the lines. Even if for the entry, you can even go down to 3 minutes and pick up here. Pick up here around this safe. So you can enter here, the price here, and at this candle, 317, same thing. You could have entered properly. So you are holding it confidently. These are your red lines have become supports. They have become at this point of time, all this area at one point of time, which was red, it becomes green. So you are in the green territory. Price is above, no fear. Even by mistake, if you enter or if it starts coming down, no fear. So you are going to at least, because it is the last hour, 2:15. Let me change it to 15 minutes and you can track the signal. After that, after the entry, even though it was a red candle, no fear, your stop loss is there. It finally moved up to 382, friends. 382. It's not a small amount because of the range is very high due to the VIX. VIX is very high nowadays because like that market is also gapping down so much and the range of the intraday it has increased. Range of the intraday has increased. Previously, it used to be ranging from 150 to 200 to 50, but nowadays range has increased to 300 to 400 points. 400 points gap down and 400 points gap up. The range has increased because of that. The range of every 15-minute candle, if you measure this, you can see within the range of 15 minutes candle, you are getting 57 points. 57 points. A slight mistake will cost you so much. It becomes expensive for you. You will run away. So, this is the hack. You can do that. These are the tricks I am sharing with you, people, step by step. First step is adjusting the settings on the rolling pivot and then identify shifting to 1 minute and marking the levels, identifying the first box and which helps as a guideline and marking those levels with colors so that visually you can appreciate it as a positive thing. Next step is identifying the 12:15 candle for the afternoon session. Same procedure it has been done and holding that. As long as the Nifty stays above the first, this one, you can be comfortable. Now, the live market, since the market is closed, you can go and do the same thing to Gift Nifty futures. Let me type Gift Nifty, what it has done, we can see for the Gift Nifty. Gift Nifty, see, let me remove see, I had already marked just for back testing and mark these levels. This is the 1 minute, no, here. These are the levels. It has broken below this level and trading down. It trading down below the which hour? 4:45. It has traded within this range. Nothing has happened during the New York session. Now it is going to open in the London session and Indian session, Asian session. After moving down, it has lost its balance and it is down. And you can see the market has moved down. Move down and it is trading how much? 136 points down. So if I go to the 1 minute world market live, you will see the Gift Nifty trading as negative. We can see that. Wait for the few seconds. It is loading. It takes time. Something is happening. It's not loading. It is taking time. Or why it is doing like this. Loading. So it's testing patience actually. Let us go somewhere else and see Gift Nifty. Like. See, it has come down 44 points, minus 44 points. Yesterday, Now it is showing minus 44 point. Probably it might have closed yesterday around 3 p.m. I don't know where it had closed here. Why it is showing only, probably it may not be correct. Anyway, it is trading down. So you got to know how you can trade even with the same hack with my rolling pivot. Even commodity trading also becomes very cakewalk. And the trading is not there because of the holiday crude oil. Yes, now it is an evening session market as well because they are not left. It is gap up from here, no trade. Now, same hack, let us do 1 minute. You can also do it along with me since it is a live market. And let us mark this box. Box is positive. Gap up, positive. So everything green. Everything green. Okay. Now our levels are fixed. Let us see what is happening in the market. 15 minutes. So it has opened 15 minutes. It is trading above the pivot. R1. R1. So you are not bothered. So you are not going to go there and check. So for that, since it is a gap up, you have got a reference level over here. Because it has made an high, there we can pick up from the 15 minutes. This was the high. So let me mark this box because this was the peak high. I'm taking on the 15 minutes itself the pivot, and this pivot is green only. Let that be green. From there only it has become red. Okay. Let me take it. Okay. This is the nearest level, reference level for the crude. That is 9,690. Let me reset. Now it is showing 8,900. The reference is far off and this is a gap down. So since it is a gap down, then we can take reference point from this. This is the level 9,147, and these are all red things. Pivot, R1 and this support. You know where are the levels. Now almost it is at the level. If we go back, these are the levels for this. Okay. It is trading above that. Trading above these levels from where market had come down. No, here. That is 9,137. Sorry. 9,137. So these are the reference level from market as so. Since it is, they have closed for trading, it is the New York session. I'm not going to take any risk. Reference level is there. At least I will wait for one more box. You can make out. The candles are alternating between red and green. So it is a range. Range we need to see. We need to have patience to take the trade. You're not going to randomly enter into the trade. If you go to the gold also, they might have left for, it is weak, it is going down. Gold is also down. Now it is trading here. Okay, friends. Simple. You can go for anything, even you can go for Bitcoin. You can trade with the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it was there since the morning for just to see that I had marked these levels. It has not gone above that level. These are the reference points. You can trade. You know this trend is falling down, down. There is no respite. You are not going to trade against the trend. It becomes easy for you to trade. This is how I was able to gain confidence, gain edge. I'm sharing this with you, with all of you. If you want to, many people have taken this indicator and they are profitable. And if you want to access my indicator, again, I'm typing the number 9845209600. And soon I'm releasing the another indicator based on this concept rolling pivot, how to identify the stocks. I'm releasing it soon, that indicator. You will be waiting for that. I'm just a little bit modification I need to do. I'm waiting for that. Thank you very much, friends. Nalinakshi Swami signing off.